Welcome to my TikTok book club where we discuss books to help us in the treasure hunt of Justin Posey's treasure and other treasure as well. So I got to the point of the book of Gold House where it was just so frustrating that the U.S. government was swooping in to steal the treasure found at Victoria Peak. So if you can't beat them, join them, the U.S. government that is. And let's talk about remote viewing. It's a CIA practice that was recently disclassified. Let me give you a brief history. So remote viewing was once considered so potentially valuable that it earned years of classified research funding by the U.S. government. Under Project Stargate, remote viewers like Ingo Swann and Pat Price were tasked with gathering intelligence through non-ordinary perception, assessing information beyond the limitations of space and time. So Stargate, run by SRI International and later by the Defense Intelligence Agency, aimed to locate hostages in Russia, spies at Soviet installations, and even a probe of the surface of Mars. Though Stargate was officially shut down in the mid-1990s, declassified reports and memoirs from former operatives tell a compelling story. Oftentimes, remote viewers were astonishingly accurate. So that brings me to this book club and what it has to do with treasure hunters like you and me. The book I'm going to order next is called The Essential Guide to Remote Viewing by Paul H. Smith, and a major in the U.S. Army. He's now retired. He was a remote viewing operative for many decades. While I'm waiting for the book to arrive, I've been poking around his blog at rviewer.com, and I have found myself a fellow idealist. There are two trains of thoughts, materialism and idealism. The difference is materialism basically says your consciousness is inside your brain or is inside matter, and idealism says matter in your brain is inside consciousness. And his site, and I think he too, even though he was a U.S. government operative, understands idealism and how it relates to remote viewing. He says, I promote the radical idea that we humans are more than a mere collection of physical parts and processes. Why is that radical, you wonder? Since people first became able to think, haven't most of us really deep down inside believed that human nature was partly physical and yet partly something else? So I think I will hire a remote viewer to help locate Justin Posey's treasure. In the meantime, I went to AI and I said, here's my prompt. I said, hello, I'd like you to act like you're a professional remote viewer working with the CIA for 2 decades. I'm now handing you a file labeled target. Please provide me with your writing and drawings. Thank you. AI then asked me to upload a photo of my target, so I wrote Justin Posey's treasure location on a piece of paper and put that in an envelope and uploaded it to ChatGPT. The results are on my Patreon page. Here's the drawing it gave me. I thought it was interesting. It doesn't look anything like the location of my checkpoint or solve, but it is interesting. It is definitely outdoors in nature, and it could potentially be a really good clue for somebody, and it'll be my backup if my solve doesn't